This is the story of a lighthouse on the coast of Brittany, France. Its name is Tevennec Lighthouse. It had been known for many years for strange sounds and unexplained events. In the year 1910, a strong storm hit the sea. 3 lighthouse keepers were on duty that night. Their names were Marcel, René, and Louis. Their job was to keep the lighthouse light burning through the storm. When the storm was over, all 3 men were missing. No bodies were found, no boat, and no trace of them at all. Only wet floors and broken wood were left behind. Months later, new keepers were sent to the lighthouse. The first night passed normally, but on the second night, the lighthouse light suddenly turned on by itself. The electrical system was off, but the light was shining brightly. Footsteps were heard coming from the stairs below. One of the keepers went down to check. He saw an old sailor standing there. The man's clothes were wet and he was holding an old lantern. He said only one sentence: "Do not let the light go out." Then he disappeared into the fog. After that, every keeper reported strange sounds: chains rattling at night, footsteps on the stairs, and voices calling from the sea. Sometimes 3 dark shadows were seen walking above the water. People say they are the spirits of the 3 missing sailors from 1910. Even today, when a storm hits the coast, the lighthouse light turns on by itself. No one is inside, but the light always stays on. Beneath the city of Paris, there is a place that people call the City of the Dead. It is known as the Paris Catacombs. The story begins in the year 1785, when the cemeteries of Paris were overflowing with bodies. The decomposing corpses began to create a terrible stench, and the government decided to move millions of human bones into the old underground quarries beneath the city. This is how the catacombs were created, an underground city whose walls are made entirely of human bones. Even 2 centuries later, the place still exists. It is said that beneath Paris there is a network of tunnels nearly 600 kilometers long, but only a small portion is open to the public. At night, when the lights are turned off and tourists have left, a strange silence takes over. Security guards have reported hearing footsteps, but when they turn to look, there is nothing, only walls filled with bones. In the 1990s, an unidentified man illegally entered the tunnels. Weeks later, the police recovered a broken video camera from inside. When it was turned on, it showed a video of the dark tunnels, with sounds of running, heavy breathing, and panic. Then suddenly the camera fell. The light went out and the video ended. The man never returned. Locals say that sometimes at night, faint whispers can be heard from beneath the ground, as if thousands of voices are speaking quietly at once. Some people have entered and lost their way. Their mobile signals disappeared, compasses stopped working, and when they returned, their faces showed a fear that could not be described. Even today, people in Paris say that if you walk above the catacombs at night, you may hear tapping sounds from below, as if someone is trying to push through the walls of the graves. Some call these tunnels the gateway to death, and others say that the gateway is still open. In the quiet countryside of France, there stands an old castle known as Château de Brissac. It is one of the most beautiful castles in the country, but also one of the most haunted. People call it the home of the Green Lady. Many centuries ago, a nobleman named Jacques de Brissac lived there with his wife, Charlotte. To the world, they looked like a happy couple, but inside the castle, their love had already faded. One stormy night, Jacques discovered that his wife was having an affair with another man. Overcome by anger and betrayal, he killed them both and hid their bodies inside the walls of the castle. From that night on, strange things began to happen. Servants and guests heard footsteps in empty rooms, doors opening and closing by themselves, and soft cries echoing through the dark hallways. Some said they saw a woman dressed in a long green gown walking through the castle. Her face was pale, her eyes dark and hollow, and she would disappear as soon as anyone tried to follow her. They called her the Green Lady, and many believe she is the restless spirit of Charlotte, still trapped within the place where she died. Even today, the Brissac family lives in the castle, but they admit that at night they hear strange sounds from the upper floors. It is said that Charlotte's spirit still wanders the halls, forever searching for peace. So if you ever visit France and find yourself near Chateau de Brissac, remember the story of the Green Lady. And if you see a faint green light glowing in the darkness, do not look back, because she might be standing right behind you.